Coronavirus outbreak is a rapidly evolving health situation, forcing the North Carolina Judicial Branch to make changes impacting courts across the state and here in the Cape Fear. Joining me now is Sherry Beasley, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of North Carolina. Thanks for joining us. We're grateful for your time.
Thank you.
One of the first questions we have is, can you describe some of the challenges the coronavirus pandemic has posed for courts across our state?
Well, Jeff, as you know, often our courts on a daily basis see thousands of people often. And so it's been really important for me to think about balancing health, safety, and welfare for our court employees, for the public, but also making sure that our courts remain open, but such that we are limiting hearings around the most emergent needs.
And Chief Justice, I know that since mid-March, you've issued a number of orders from postponing trial court dates to extending filing deadlines. How challenging has this been for court personnel?
Well, it is challenging. These folks make the work happen every single day, and it's important for them to be safe in carrying out the work and the responsibilities of the court. So many of these folks are concerned about their own health concerns, and so it's really important that we be responsive to reduce the risk of the spread of COVID-19. It's important that we make sure that people who are at risk or who may be exhibiting symptoms are not coming to our courthouses, and it's also important that we make sure that people who have the most immediate needs are having those cases heard.
And how have you expanded use of video conferencing for court hearings?
Well, we are. That's one of the exciting things that comes out of challenging times sometimes. We realize how valuable the use of technology and telecourt can be in our cases. And so we are utilizing more technology, AV hearings, some telephonic hearings as well. And so we know that we're able to dispose of more cases. The reality is at some point the governor will begin to at least loosen some of the restrictions around the stay-at-home order. But, you know, courts are closely contained, and so it will be really important for us going forward to make sure that we continue to utilize social distancing, and so we will, going forward, continue to utilize more and more technology for the disposition of our cases.
Chief Justice, any idea when court operations will be able to return to normal?
It's difficult to say. You know, we are following the guidance of the governor's office and the Department of Health and Human Services, as well as the CDC. And so we want to make sure that people can be safe before we have folks coming back into the courtroom and our courthouses in the way that they were normally conducting their business.
And what advice would you offer for people who have joint custody of children? If one parent has custody of the child one weekend and they need to pass them off to the other parent, what should they be doing right now?
You know, these are really difficult issues, and it's difficult to sort of generalize what the advice should be for any given family. But stay-at-home orders don't necessarily, I mean, home for the child can be more than one place. And so to the extent that those kinds of exchanges can continue, then they should. Where there are challenges or issues that arise, the court is always available to help parties to address those if that needs to happen. I would also encourage people, just generally speaking, if they need more information, the first source they should consult is nccourts.gov. That's the first place they should go. And then if they're not able to find their answers, then the orders and the administrative orders for all the local counties are there on that website. And if they need additional assistance, then they should call their local clerk's offices.
Sherry Beasley, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of North Carolina, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Don't go away.
Thank you, Jeff.
We'll be right back.